Hi, my name is Maureen and Today FM rocks in Mombasa.
Mula, my name is Mark. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks in Makassi.
Hey, Bula from Rockawaki. I'm Mentor. I love listening to Today FM because they're playing my hits. Today FM rocks.
My name is Enrico. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks in Suba.
Hi, I'm Asrika and I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm Siva. I'm from Bath. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In this bulletin, TD likely to develop into TC tonight. RKS throws support behind principal. And Fiji hailed in new women's report.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Teva Lendua.
The tropical depression 04F is expected to develop into a tropical cyclone by tonight. Fiji Met Services Director Miseli Funaki says Fijians can expect strong winds and heavy rain as the Category 1 system moves into the Fiji waters in the coming hours. The incoming cyclone is expected to specifically affect the Northern Division.
So as the system draws closer, we should be expecting a change in the weather. Firstly, in terms of the rain, the system is bringing with it heavy rain. And also as it draws closer, we should also be expecting the winds to gradually increase, not only to strong warning or strong winds category, but also to gale force category, especially for Bonolevu, the low and low mobility group, because that's basically where the track or the system is expected to track along.
In light of the current weather situation, the Minister for Defence, Inia Seriratu, is reassuring the public that his ministry is working to ensure preparations are in place for what may come our way. Seriratu says his ministry is working closely with the Ministry of Disaster Management in monitoring the weather system and is pleading with the public to make necessary preparations. The Defence Minister reiterates that troops and officers are on standby to assist should the need arise.
Been monitoring the weather situation very closely, and of course the preparation continues. And I think the key message for all of us now is take heed of the advice that has been given from the Weather Office and the Office of the NDMO, and let's do all the preparations that we can when we have time.
Massive changes were seen by the Ratu Kandabulevu School All Boys in the management of the school under the leadership of the new principal, Arvind Prasad. RKS All Boys President Alibireti Yaya says they welcome the change of the principal and admire the way the new management is currently running the school. Yaya says Prasad was also in constant consultation with the All Boys Association. Yaya says they already had talks with Mr. Prasad on certain matters, such as the disciplinary matters that's needed, the investments of the All Boys Association, such as the Wallasinga Church, and other issues. Meanwhile, Prasad is the second Indo-Fijian to lead RKS, as the first was Mr. Amaraya Naidu in 1984.
It's nothing new to the old scholars, as most of us old scholars were present at the school during Mr. Amaraya Naidu's terms in office. So it's nothing new for all scholars when a Hindi principal was brought in by the ministry. We already accepted it. So the only thing was for us to work with him to improve the image of the school from last year till now.
Fiji is among this year's top 15 global improvers in creating a regulatory environment for women's economic participation. A study carried out by the World Bank called Women Business and the Law 2020 shows that Fiji scores 79.4, up by 5 points since last year. The study measures 190 economies, tracking how laws affect women at different stages of their working lives. It also points out the introduction of the 5 days paid paternity leave and the increased duration of paid maternity leave from 84 to 98 days. World Bank says legal rights for women is good for the economic perspective as they can move more freely, work outside the home and manage assets. This also allows women to join the workforce and strengthen their country's economy. The Education Ministry is trying to resolve the impasse with the Fiji Bus Operators Association, who are refusing to allow students to board if their e-transport cards have no funds. Association President Nisar Ali Shah says bus companies will not consider the plight of thousands of students who may not have had their cards topped up by the Ministry of Education. He goes on to claim that an operator estimated his buses carried up to 2,000 students free on Monday and Tuesday, and as a result has affected bus operators with loss of revenue. Minister Rosie Akbar says she is worried about the plight of students, but adds the situation can be resolved.
Shortly we'll be releasing a statement because we need to look at the information that's given by the Fiji Bus Operators Association and look at the factuality of the information.
These students are not accepted in public transport this morning. Does it not worry you?
Of course it worries me, and I hope that good sense will prevail and all our children will be allowed to travel to schools, and this is something that we can sort it out.
The increasing number of missing children reports received last year has brought into question the role of parents in this day and age. Minister for Women and Children, Mereseni Buniwanga, says parents need to re-look at their role as we now live in a society where Fijians are constantly on their electronic gadgets. With 3-year-old Tale Raikandroka of Kalekana Lami still missing to date, the minister is urging parents to ensure they fulfill their duties towards their children.
It calls into question our role as parents, and I think it's critical that parents now in this day and age, with all these tools that have come into our lives that didn't exist a decade ago, the way society has evolved, it also calls on us parents to similarly change our parenting roles and responsibilities.
Work is in progress to provide an insurance cover for people living in the rural and maritime islands. Governor of the Reserve Bank of Fiji, Arif Ali, revealed this while presenting the Insurance Annual Report 2018 to the Standing Committee on Economic Affairs. Ali was questioned by the committee and opposition MP Inosi Kurinrani on whether RBF has avenues that can cover villages in the interior and maritime islands. Ali says RBF is currently in talks with government and other relevant stakeholders to try and introduce one.
Aeromatic insurance is basically, the triggers is if it's a Category 3 cyclone and within a defined area, everybody is going to be paid who is covered. So that's something we're working with. We're working with the Ministry of Economy, the Climate Change, the World Bank and IFC, and ADB.
The Reserve Bank of Fiji has stated that discussion is still at an early stage. Coming up, Fiji's still top bet for Olympics, says Gollings. And Blue Stars eye All Blacks return.
Ako Tabua, aku do talitay na nabarong na Bula FM, nambando na seri.
Bula, alang gono, ilutoka do talita ka ng Bula FM bertini nambando na seri.
Ni Bula binaka, nanregen ko sa Bula FM nga, na kasi.
Nalang ko sa mundo active ng Bula FM nambando na seri nusuri.
Ni Bula binaka, nalang ko Jerry, yang melambasa, do barong ng Bula FM, nambando.
Bula FM, nambando na seri.
Despite the Fiji 7 side dismal performance at the first 2 tournaments of the World 7 Series, they're still the favourites for the Olympic Games. This is the view of the all-time leading World 7 Series top point scorer, Ben Gollings. The former England captain says Fiji can bounce back in the series before the Olympics.
It's going to be a pretty competitive year going into the Olympics, and it'll be exciting to see how things are played out in Hamilton and Sydney in a few weeks. They're going to be the number one to watch, I believe. I think they'll come firing at the Olympics towards the end of the year. I think New Zealand are a different side to the way they were coming into the last Olympics. I think they're going to definitely push for it. Obviously, South Africa, you know, another team that are very, very strong in these big events. And then Great Britain. Great Britain, you don't really get to see what they're like until they turn up, because they're obviously an amalgamated team of 2 or 3 nations. So, you know, they perform well, and obviously they lost in the final to Fiji last time round. So I think, you know, they'll be quite underdogs as well.
Residents of Nosori and nearby areas will soon witness some water sports at the Rewa River. This is after Fiji Sports Commission, under the Urban Youth Sports Development Program, purchased 2 outrigger canoes from the Kaiwai Club. Sports Commission Development Officer and former Fiji basketball coach Sola Koroi says the sport of outrigger canoe racing is beneficial for all sports, especially rugby.
Also for other sports to come and jump into paddling, to also use it as a off-season training. That's in the long term, like for most of the rugby players in Nosori are willing to come in to help their shoulder, their upper body strength on paddling before they go back.
Blues prop Carl Tuinukuafe is determined to make a fresh start and return to the All Blacks after a nightmare 2019. The former nightclub bouncer, sudden rise to Test rugby 2 years ago made him a cult hero amongst Kiwi fans. Former NRL star Phil Bailey says his first order of business as the new Waratahs defence coach will be fine-tuning the side's individual tackle technique. A tropical cyclone warning is still in force for Rotuma, while a tropical cyclone alert remains in force for the Fiji group. A heavy rain warning remains in force for Yasawa and Mamanuca groups, Viti-Levu, Lomaiviti group, Nolevu, Tabiuni and nearby smaller islands and northern Lau group. Tropical Depression 04F is expected to gradually intensify into a Category 1 cyclone by later today. TD04F was located about 450 kilometers west of Rotuma and about 810 kilometers northwest of Nadi at 6 a.m. today. Close to its center, TD04F is expected to have average winds of up to 45 kilometers per hour with momentary gusts, to 80 kilometers per hour. And that is your FBC News Now. Remember to join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For these stories and others, you can also tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. Enjoy your lunch. Good afternoon.
My name is Neha and I'm from Karavi. And Mirchi FM, it's hot.
हम आंचल है नसोरी से मिर्ची एफएम बहुत जुलूम.
Hi, हम शारा प्रकाश बात करता है और तावा में Mirchi FM सबकन सुने and Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Hi, my name is Prashant. I live in Suba. I love Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM it's hot.
Hi, I'm Shane. I love listening Mirchi FM because it's awesome and it's hot.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Shavi. We love listening to Mirchi FM in Lambasa.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.